Of all tourists worldwide, the Chinese tourists spent the most money pre-COVID. And that money wasn't all spent on entry tickets to Madame Tussauds or to the Dome in Florence. A very big component of Chinese outbound travel is retail, is shopping malls. We have heard that, and we will hear it now, and we will hear it in a few other addresses. Roger Q is the right executive to tell us more about this. I first heard Roger talk on a show a couple of months ago, and I thought, when we do our China Summit, this is the right guy. He's an excellent speaker, he's very knowledgeable, and I'm happy that he accepted our invitation to come and speak today. Roger is now Director for International Markets for Greater China Outbound Value Chain. Roger, the word is yours.
Thank you, Jan. Hello, everyone. I'm actually still in holiday in the hotel, so you can see the domestic travel is already recovered. I think most of you already heard that we have already more than 600 million domestic travelers during the Golden Week in our national holidays in only 8 days. So that's a very good sign. So Chinese people, they are willing to travel, that's for sure. But regarding to the China outbound recovery, that is a little bit difficult to estimate or forecast. But I'm going to share some of my opinions and about the demand in the shopping destinations. Just please allow me a few minutes talking about the Best Village shopping collection. So actually, this year is our 25th anniversary in such a difficult year. But we already have 11 villages across 8 countries in 2 continents in 2020. And today we have more than 1,300 boutiques. Who we are, it's a very interesting question. We are very different. We are creators of a flagship retail experience. But in the B2B business, we are the retailers who serve the retail brands, also the retailers. And we are partners in B2B to C industry. And the B2C industry, we are the hosts of all the guests. So that's where we locate. We are a global platform and shopping destinations in different countries and in 2 continents. You can see Suzhou and Shanghai, those 2 villages in China. And we have 9 villages based in Europe. Just very quick photo about our villages in UK, in Spain, Ireland, France, Brussels, Milan, Frankfurt, Munich, Suzhou, which I love most. And we have Shanghai village. And by the way, our Shanghai village is actually a travel destination because it was given the award of Shanghai Culture and Tourism Bureau. It's a national 4A tourism attraction. This is the 2nd highest designation with China's national accreditation for high quality tourism destination. So this is actually a destination, a shopping destination and tourism attraction. Before the COVID-19 situation, we're very popular among the international guests. So we serve global traveling consumers. The top 3 markets by tax refund sales is Greater China, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia. And you can see in Greater China, we have more than 43% of market share for the tax refunded sales. And after the COVID-19 situation in 2020, you will be surprised that the China market is still the #1 international market among all other destinations. China outbound recovery, it is very difficult to estimate, as I mentioned. You may already heard a lot of estimations, forecasts saying that maybe we need 3 years or 5 years to get back to the situation before COVID-19, it is very difficult to say. I just give you some ideas in the tourism recovery evolution in China based on different perspectives. The first one is the evolution based on the tourist's age. So the younger people will go out first, below 30 or 30 years old, then the middle age, then 40 years and above. And second one is based on the rigid demand. First, it's online working. That's basically from the beginning of COVID-19 until March and April. So everyone is working at home, doing online working. Domestic business trip. So in China, it's already recovered. We can already do domestic business trip easily using our QR code to show your healthy situation. And then the overseas business trip starting a little bit. The third one is based on the distance and the space. So you can see we travel in local, suburbs, then the neighbor cities, then long-haul cities and other provinces. So we already in the last stage for the long-haul cities and other provinces. This is the situation today in China. I didn't include the outbound here, but so far, the long-haul cities and in other provinces in China, the domestic travel is already there. So it's recovered very quickly, just less than 1 year, we're already there. So the last one is evolution based on the consumption types. So first, during the first period, the restaurants start reopen first, then no overnight travel around, travel around the overnights, domestic long-haul destination travel. This is where we are here. So the national holidays show you a very good number of domestic travel, including the long-haul destination. Then we have outbound travel in Asia, then the long-haul outbound travel. So between the domestic long-haul destination travel and outbound travel in Asia, there are a lot of barriers, such as the visa problem, such as the quarantine policies, and the different COVID-19 situations in different destinations. So that blocks the outbound travel. You can see here. So what I think very easily to define when the outbound market will start to recover is when we stop the quarantine policy, because today we still have the 14 days quarantine policy in China, which makes us impossible to go out. Even we can go outbound, when we get back, we still have to be quarantined for 14 days, which is impossible for most of people. So this is the biggest barrier today. And a lot of questions around is, will China get back to #1 position in the international source markets? The answer for me is sure, sooner or later. China is still the largest source markets for the outbound travel. And after the COVID-19 situation, the first choice for the Chinese people will be Asian neighbor countries, because they share the same attitude to precautions against the virus, which you already heard in the different TV news, etc., in Japan, in South Korea, etc. So they take the same precautions against the virus like Chinese. So Chinese people will feel much safer in those Asian neighbor countries. The second choice for them is probably those island destinations. And if I talk about long haul, then it might be Europe, because in Europe, it has many different countries to choose. And the island destination, it's an open air destination. And of course, because more nature attractions will be preferred by the Chinese people, they will feel more safe in open air with the natures. And FIT was, and I think will be, the trend in the next decades after the COVID-19 situation. I don't see a big group travel will come back in a short term. because I think most of people, they are willing to travel with their families, their friends together, not with some unfamiliar people in the big groups. That's much safer for them. So people will look for a more private and customized travel experience. And of course, an outdoor activities and outdoor shopping experience is preferred. So for those destinations with more outdoor activities, more outdoor nature, open air experience, I think will be the first popular destinations for Chinese people after COVID-19. Shopping demand. You might be surprised that actually Chinese people in the China markets is still the number one international markets in our BUZZ Village shopping collection, even after the COVID-19 situation. So we want to buy, the Chinese people want to buy. Why? The outbound travel experience now cannot be satisfied, and the budget in outbound travel transferred to domestic travel and shopping demand, plus a condition, which is shopping can cross border. With the logistic solutions today and professional shoppers, we have a lot of professional shoppers in overseas destinations, and with those digital solutions, which make happen, the demand in shopping destination is still very high. So we're still number one international markets. And that's good news for all the shopping destinations, I guess. But the problem is how we do it. It is very difficult nowadays to attract those people who enter into a shopping mall because they don't feel safe, especially in those overseas destinations in Europe, for example. For those local Chinese people, they're worried about their health as well. So we have to prepare for them. So this is a new shopping protocols that we created, and it was the leading global protocols for the new normal outdoor shopping destinations and retail establishments. The recommended protocols actually for this outdoor shopping and retail establishments was complied on the basis of the insights and the framework developed by our two China villages in Suzhou and in Shanghai. Because after the COVID-19 situation, those two villages in China followed the government's policy and created these shopping protocols. It's very important, and we apply these shopping protocols in our 9 European villages, which help us a lot. And what more, we use a lot of digitalized solutions, plus new shopping solutions as well. So this is application. You can see in our application, the clients can easily find the quietest time to shop, and they can do the digital queuing because we want to keep people in social distance as well. So if everyone is in one shopping and boutiques, it will be a little bit too difficult and uncomfortable for the clients. So we use the digital queuing. So it will remind you when to go to a certain shops that you choose, and it will help you to arrange your time of shopping. And we also create a virtual shopping experience on our application for several brands. So you can find the brands ambassadors information on our application. You can call them, you can add WhatsApp, and you can, at home, you can just directly know the products information from different brands and even book and reserve the products. We can even deliver to your home. So this is a new world with the virtual shopping solutions. We also create a lot of different virtual shopping experience as well. That was about the service, and now it's about the partnership. It's a very important, I think, today, in today's new world. We do a lot of global marketing campaigns today, still, in partnership with some leading brands. We have financial partners. Here I give you the example is from the Mastercard China. Remember, it's Mastercard China who cooperate with us to target the local Chinese expats in Europe. So it's very strange. The Mastercard China is sponsoring the local Chinese expats in Europe to spend in Europe. So this is how we work. They will promote for us, and we will promote for Mastercard China as well in the villages. So for the local Chinese people, they will see those cashback campaign. They can take advantage of this cashback to buy more. A lot of professional shoppers really get advantage from these campaigns. And the second one is we call it frequent flyer partners. So this is Asia Miles. Also, Asia Miles will promote for us, and people, they can earn the miles when they buy the products in our retail boutiques. The last one is also a very important partner for us. It's Ctrip. So Ctrip Global Shopping cooperate with us. Also, the local expats, they can get cashback from Ctrip platform. Just simply go to our TIC to show their receipts and get the redemption from our TIC, and the cashback will be from the Ctrip platform. So through different channels, the most important thing is that they have a very precise database for their clients. For example, for the financial partners like Mastercard China, they know who still use their card in local Europe, so they can target them to promote this program. For Ctrip, they know who is opening the application in local Europe, so we can do very precise marketing and campaigns through Ctrip platforms as well. So these are the different platforms that we are doing: the financials, the airlines company, and the digital travel platform like Ctrip. Of course, we have all different partners in different categories. So these are the different trade operators that we are cooperating. So you can see we covered almost all the major airline companies and the payments industry, the digital travel platforms like Ctrip, etc., and hotels, of course. So we are still cooperating with them to target local Chinese people. We engage our guests, of course, the Chinese, through our social medias as well, through WeChat, through Weibo, because we have 2 China villages. So it will be very easy for us to transfer the information through our database across Chinese people in mainland China, and also to the Chinese local expats in Europe. So this is across, let's say, cross-country social media campaigns that we are doing today. I want to share with you this one. This is a Chinese digital marketing on customer journey. I used it before COVID-19, but I think the second half, which I used the red frame, it's still working today. And that's what I'm still doing for the direct marketing, using the precise EDM channels, SMS channels, to target the local Chinese people and to create the users' interactions through WeChat and the mini program. So how do we do that? I already explained. It's through our partners and through our own CRM database. Our partners is very strong. They have, for example, like Ctrip, they have the database, they have location-based application. Or Mastercard China, they have database as well, transaction database. They know where their clients are. So the partnership actually today is very important, I think, also for other shopping destinations to leverage, because we cannot targeting the Chinese people in mainland China. They cannot go out. The most important thing for the shopping destination is really to target the local Chinese people, and also transfer the information to the mainland China Chinese people. What kind of information? It's like the Chinese people, there are two different types of Chinese people. One is in mainland China, they cannot go outbound, but they still have the demand in shopping. They buy a lot of things. So professional shoppers through the cross-border e-commerce platforms, etc. Anyway, they want to buy, and they need someone. The someone actually is based in Europe or in other overseas destinations. They are able to buy in our stores and then transfer those products to the end Chinese customers in mainland China. So that's why we are targeting different types of Chinese people using different messages. And we use the digital retail solutions, use the online payment solutions, and the loyalty program marketing. So these four solutions that we are still using. And I think the digital platform, travel platform like Ctrip, they're very low frequent use, but with purpose and with a very precise database. So that's why we are using them as a digital marketing platform, not only a digital travel platform today. So this is still working for us. A lot of people saying that after the COVID-19 situation, we don't have any partners, we don't promote, we don't do anything. But for us, it's still very important, at least for the shopping destinations, to keep communications with Chinese people. It's very important. And using like the KOL, we still include the KOLs in local Europe to promote our villages, because we know those KOLs will transfer information to the Chinese audience in China. So that's very important as well. And the demand will be created. So what we are doing is create the demand in China and use the logistic solutions for those local European Chinese people. More to prepare in the post-COVID-19. So I don't know when it will come, the recovery for the China outbound markets. We know the vaccine has been in the last stage, but we still have a lot of things to do. It will be a new world for sure. Today, a lot of big companies, especially in the tourism industry, they survive, but the small ones, most of them, they're gone. Even in China, it's the same situation. So the entire travel industry is shuffling. And for us, for the overseas destinations, we have to ask another question is, are we prepared for this new world? We need to do extra efforts to satisfy their needs. And I think those needs are more sophisticated today in today's new world. And we need to prepare for more online and technology support. Are we prepared for that? As I know that European destinations before, we push a lot for the digitalized solutions, online solutions, technology support. It's sometimes the European destination, they feel difficult to apply with that because some destinations, they prefer the traditional ways. They want to keep the style, etc. But nowadays, everyone, we have to embrace the technology support. And that's how the Chinese people, they prefer actually today in China. And the last one, but not the least, is to redefine the satisfaction or Chinese friendly. So we talk about the Chinese friendly a lot. It's about, for example, in the hotels, do you have the boilers? Do you have the chopsticks in your restaurants, etc.? So those are very, let's say, we already educated this industry for a long time. But now we need to redefine the satisfaction because, you know, the COVID-19, for most of people, it starts in China. So in the reports, in the TV news everywhere in China, we know that the Chinese people, they're considered as the, they see a lot of discriminations as well because it starts in China. So when they go out, let's say in the coming future, will they feel some discriminations because of this or not? Do they really feel welcome? That's another new topic that I think will be very important for those overseas destinations. And I think there are a lot of things to do. If you ask me for when the China outbound recovers, as I said, I'm quite optimistic. I don't think that 3 years or 5 years we will recover the outbound markets. You can see the domestic markets. Once it's open, it's open. So it's already 80% recovery versus last year for the domestic travel in the same period for the National Golden Week. So I think for the outbound markets, it's the same situation. Once it reopens, which means we don't have a quarantine policy, which means in overseas destinations, it's safe, which means the vaccine is already in the market. So I think the Chinese people will go out very quickly. And let's say just like domestic travel, and maybe in 1 year it will recover. So that's what I think, but we need to be prepared after the COVID-19 situation because it's totally new. Sorry, because I want to share with you something else, but I think I cannot share the videos in my presentation. So anyway, I think the time is also there. I leave my email address for any partners in the industry. I think we can together do something for sure, even in the COVID-19 situation, and do prepare for the post-COVID-19 situation as well. Let's welcome the China outbound recovery. I think will be very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Roger. As I had expected, a lot of information and very professional. Thank you so much. I hope you're right with your estimates about China outbound, the travel industry in total, being back on track pretty soon. I would propose the video. You have a virtual booth on the show, that you upload the video on the booth, and then people can go to your booth, see it, and they can also reach out to you if you have time during your holidays. Thank you so much, Roger.
Okay. You're welcome, Jan. Thank you.